Heidi ho, my crafty friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. So today we're going to work on 2 pages, one in each book. So today's page we're going to start with in this book. So do you guys remember I showed you, this is my little short page, and it was my page that I created with my wrapping paper. And it was short, so I just covered this side of it with this paper. The top has a pocket for a tag, and I'll come back and decorate my tag later. The bottom is glued down, and we're going to put something there, and I'm going to put an outside pocket down here with this, and this underneath it, like that. It's going to kind of be layered a little bit, like that. So I just need to cut my size. So it's going to be a little layered pocket like that. And it's kind of picking up the little gold flecks that are going through the paper. All right, so I don't want it all the way to the edge. I want it right there. So let's put it together. I'm going to cut it together, rather, so that I start out the same size. And then I'm going to cut the white one just a smidgen smaller. All right, you can come out. And then the bottom. Okay, so this, as you can see, where's my little baby ruler at here, is 3/8 of an inch all the way around. All right, so I need to cut this 3/8 of an inch off on this side, and this side. 1, 2, 3. That side. Oh, okay, and that side. 1, 2, 3. Make sure I'm cutting the right sides there. And then put it back. Now this side, I need to cut 3/8 of an inch bigger. Let me put this on here. Let me mark it here. Let me put it on here. I know you probably can't see me. I'm trying to get my ruler flat. One, two, three, right there. And 1, 2, 3. Right there's where I need to cut the gold. Should have done that first. Silly woman. Right there. Okay, now everything is cut. Now, hopefully I've cut it straight. I don't think I did. Nope. Goodness sakes, Lori, you silly girl. No, I didn't cut it straight at the top. Right there, I didn't. I think I'm going to need a new blade here soon, because it is not going through my paper very well. Looks like this paper might have some type of texture to it inside. I really like it, but it is hard to cut. It's rough on my blades. right there. Now, I have some, I call them stinky stickers, but I know that's not their name. They're really pretty stickers. Let me grab them here, but hold on a second. Let me grab them. Okay. So here are the stickers. Oh wait, here's the box. Maybe it has the name on it. Now I've had these for, I don't know, for maybe 2 years, and I got them on Amazon, and it said, "You'll love these." I don't so much love them, you guys. They're called Vintage Christmas. Here's the name down here, if you want to try and look for them. And that's the name of the company. That's the name of them. Right there. They have when you first take them out, I mean, they're beautiful stickers. They really are. Beautiful stickers. But they have a terrible smell when you first take them out. So I took them out of the box and just let them, just kind of let them air out. And they are getting better. They're getting much better. But I have had them for a while. And I want to use this one on my pocket. So I just call them my stinky stickers. So I'm going to put these. This is my bag of stickers. So I want to put these on the white part. But first, I want to glue it down. So I need to do that. Or maybe, you know what, maybe I'll go on and put my sticker down. And that's the hard part for me, is getting this sticker off. So what I usually do, if this helps you, if you do purchase them, is pull up the edge. And then, they're very sticky. I will give them that. They are extremely sticky. And then, get a hold of it. I mean, they're very sticky. So, I just finally gave up trying to pull them. And I just cut them. And you will have to clean your scissors after you do this, because they're that sticky. And then I trim around them. Now, if I would have left it here, it might not have been as sticky. So maybe I'll try that. To trim around it. Let's try that. Maybe it's not as sticky this way, but they are very sticky. So let's give it a real quick little trim. See, but they're supposed to actually come up from this by themselves. And I even went back and watched the video on them, but they do not. Okay. That'll work. Now, I want to put this right there. So, oh, see, that's kind of pointed. I don't want that pointed. But they are clear, which that I do like. And once you get it trimmed, it just pops right off. And they are kind of textured, you know, like they're a little textured. So they are nice. They're very nice stickers. They're very sticky too. So sticky, sticky, sticky. So I do not have to put any type of glue on them or anything like that. And they are kind of old. All right. So I'm not going to make this an additional sticker because this is old. This paper is kind of old and it's very thin. And I don't want to add any more pressure to it because I'm afraid it'll tear. So I'm just going to glue this on this, like this. Before I put it down, I want to take just a little tiny, and I knew it was going to do that. Darn it, darn it. I should have known better. Hold on a second. Let me get it out of there. There we go. I'll have to use my scissors to cut around it. Okay. Now. Okay. Let's. All right. So let's give this. Now this on top of here gives it a little more strength. Just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to let this dry a little bit, but I want this to sit right there because my belly band, now where did my belly band go? Oh, darn it, where did it go? I just had it cut. I'm telling you what, this video is just going in a handbasket, isn't it? It is just taking a walk out to the garden. He's saying, you know, let's just go travel around, see what's happening. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I want my belly band right here. So anything that's really tall in there can sit down in my pocket. You know, so if I have like a really tall piece of ephemera that I want to put in there, or a piece of memorabilia that I want to put in there, I can just let it slide right down into this pocket. And I don't have to worry about it falling out of my book. Okay, so now let's create the belly band. So we're going to put the book aside and we're going to put the belly band right here. So you're going to need your glue. And I am going to use all kinds of goodies. I have little Christmas buttons. And I have some little paper envelopes. And I'm going to cover my little belly band. Okay. Now, I also have my postage stamps, but I don't think I have enough Christmas postage stamps. So I'm going to start in the middle of my belly band, and I am going to choose, I think I like this one, even though that's not folded. I'm going to put that one right there, and I'm just, first of all, I'm going to put some glue right there, and then I'm going to put a little bit right here. And I know that doesn't look like an envelope. That's okay. And I'm just going to turn it sideways. And because that little edge is sticking out, I'm going to see here if I can. I can't. So I'm just going to use my scissors. And I'm just going to nip that little edge off. And I'm going to nip that little edge off like that. Okay. And then I'm going to choose one more. Now this one was made from Christmas paper and it's small, so I want to save it. Oh, that's just a scrap piece of paper. Now, some of these, this one was made from Christmas paper. Some of these were, and some of these weren't. This one was. So I think I may want to use that one. This one was also made from Christmas paper. And I think I might want to use this one, and I'm going to make it go that way. And I don't care if the paper behind it shows. And I don't care if it hangs off a little bit. That's why I've got the buttons. Okay, and I'm just putting a blob of glue, and I'm just putting these down. And I'll show you the other one that I made and how different it is. Okay. Now, on top of these, the reason that this one is going to be so different, now I can't use this glue to finish this. Now, what did I just do with my little pin that I had for my glue? Oh, good heaven's sakes. Oh, here it is. Okay, because my buttons are wooden, these are little wooden buttons, I need to use a stronger glue or they won't stick. So I'm going to use this glue because I know they'll stick down with this. Now, before I do these, I think I'm going to go on and put it in. I'm going to put this right here because they'll be easier to handle. And I'm just going to put a really thin line of glue here. Now, this is going to have to take a really long time to dry today because of all the layers. Now, if you don't want to use buttons or you don't have buttons, Christmas buttons, you want to use something else, you could use stamps on yours. You could do the entire thing in buttons if you wanted. You can use anything you want to cover yours. Anything. It doesn't matter. Okay, so my little Christmas buttons, but I love buttons. Okay. Now, let me wipe off the tip of this so it doesn't get schmucky. Okay. But you all know I love, love, love buttons. So I'm going to take this little wooden one. Come on. My craft room is a little cold and I think my glue is rebelling. Oh, come on, you silly craft glue. Oh, here it comes. And I'm just going to put this down. And then I'm just going to hold it for a second. Now, I also have a little gingerbread man. Okay, I'll get these out of the way. Now, the one thing I'm not going to do is stick them to this paper between these two. You need to make sure that this stays open back here, like that, okay? Now, I'm just trying to, look at what's on the paper there so that I can, kind of match what I'm doing. There's my little snowflake. And you don't want to put things too close to your signature fold. That one might be a little bit too big. I might need to move it over here. And over here I can put something smaller. Let's see, what do we have here? I think I might move him over here and put... Okay, let's move you to the middle since you're the fattest. You're just a little chubby buddy. And over here, a candy cane. Let's put the candy cane. All right, we're going to put you up here. And we're going to put this little candy cane right in here. I think I put too much glue on the candy cane. I did. I don't want any glue on the top of the candy cane. Okay, like that. Oops. Okay. Okay, the little mitten just isn't going to work. So we're going to wipe that off. There we go. And we're going to put that there. Now let's make sure I haven't glued that down. Let's make sure he's got enough glue on him. Okay, now let's take these off and make sure that folds over. Yes, that folds over just fine. Oops, now I've lost it. There it is. Okay, so this page is going to have to sit open for quite some time so this glue can dry. So there's this page. Okay, so I'm going to take my book and I'm going to set it on the table behind me so that they can dry. Okay, now, and I'm going to put these away here. Let me get this off the table. Now, somewhere's the little bag that they were in. I just have no idea what I've done with them. So, I'm going to put these behind me. Okay, now, in the other book, let me show you the belly band for this one that I created. Okay, let me find it here. Where is it? Hold on a minute. I don't want you to see the whole book. Because there are some things I just don't want you to see yet. Where did you go? Peekaboo, where are you? I know you're in here. Oh my gracious. You guys know how it is when you create something and it's in here. It's in your book and you know it's in your book. But when you try to find it, it's not in your book. Wait, it should be. Oh well. It's in here. It's just a matter of finding it. Alright, well, I'll find it after we do our second project because I want to get the second project done. Alright, so our second project is going to include an envelope flip over the top of our page. So here's what I've done with the envelope. I've taken it completely apart and I've cut it down to the size that we need. So it's been sitting over here drying for quite some time. And I want to show you what I mean by that. Now this was a large mailing envelope. And I will tell you, I've hit that fabulous age where everybody is sending me information about signing up for that stuff, you know, where they think you're that magical age that you're, you know, no longer fit for work, for man nor beast. So they send these things to you in large envelopes and say, hey, we can take care of you on your insurance. And if you're a young little whippersnapper under the age of 65, you don't know what I'm talking about. There, see, I just gave you a clue. So they send you this information because insurance companies have two parts to them. You know, they have their regular insurance and then they have their Medicare part. So, you know, I get these all the time. I mean, my birthday isn't even until March, for goodness sakes, but, you know, they want me to know I'm special. So I get these all the time in these great big envelopes. And I was like, I can't use all these great big envelopes. Well, then it hit me today. Lori, cut it down, you ding dong. It's like, oh yeah, you're a crafter. You can do that. So that's what I did. And I'll show you the piece that I cut off to make this the envelope that we're going to use. Okay, so enough of the chit chat. Let's move on here. So my envelope, this is the back side, goes like this. And here's the little flippy floppies. There's one little flippy floppy. And this is the second one. So I just took it apart at the side flaps, these little side flaps. And it has been coffee dyed originally because I didn't want a white envelope. And yes, even the inside envelope, window was covered, but we're going to take care of that. And I cut off the bottom of it to allow me the size that I needed. Okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm just putting my crease back nice and tight in it. There, and we're going to cut out that here in just a minute. There. Because we're going to take out the original cellophane that's in the envelope so we can cut out the paper, and then we're going to put in new stuff for our project. Okay, so you're going to need your craft knife, and you're going to need something to cut through. Okay, so my craft knife is just your normal everyday craft knife, and I'm very gently going to make an X, just like this. I'm just very gently making an X so I can get my scissors through it, okay? That's all I'm doing. And I could have made a bigger X, and I might make a big one here up to the edge. And you could use your craft knife to cut all the way around. If you wanted, but I am not very good at that on these envelopes. And I have tried pulling it off, and I'm not very good at that either. I usually tear the envelope. Okay, now I can get my scissors in here. Okay, so I want to cut this off. I'm going to bring it down here. There we go. And by taking my scissors and cutting it, I can get this off better. See what I mean by tearing my envelope? I tear it every time, and I don't want to tear it because I don't want to tear through it, because I make such a mess. And if you happen to get glue on it and you try to tear it, then you've torn your whole project. So Now that I have space, I am just going to cut. There. Whoops, I am so sorry. Okay. Now I'm just going to cut around. I'm just going to cut around with my scissors here. And I'm being very gentle not to tear this. I'm being very gentle. Okay. Because you don't want to tear it. And I don't want to fold it back. And by fold it back, I mean, I don't want to take this and fold it back here because it'll make too much bulk for what I'm going to put in it. I could, if all of them were that small, I could have. But I don't have enough room over here to do it. So that's why I didn't do it. Now, I could leave that one, but seems kind of silly to do that one if I'm not going to do all of them. Okay, so now that I've turned it over, now it's completely out. Now I'm going to let me clean this off of my desk here. Let me get all of this off. Get underneath there and get it. And we are going to put our new window in first. But before I do that, I want to go on and ink around it. No, before I do it, I want to put my knife away. Now, I want to ink around it. And again, I still want to be gentle. And I especially want to get in those corners. Just like that. Oops-a-doodles. Oops-a-doodles. Just like that. Okay. And now, before I do any other gluing, folding, anything else, I already got it out. Might as well do it. Let's just go on and get it done. Okay, come here, you. Because you're going to see it all. So we might as well go on and do it and get it finished. Now, I'm going to fold this back like that, and I'm going to run that right over the crease. Just like that. Okay. Then now I'm done with it. I can put this away. I move that out of the way. Okay. Now, before I glue the back on, I want to go on and put my thing there. So let me get that. Now, if you don't have, like, I'm going to use a transparency piece. If you don't have transparencies, you could use the cereal bag like I use to glue on. Of course, you don't want a piece that's been glued on. You could use wax paper. You could use the little bags, you know, like your stickers come in. You could use anything like that that's clear. You could use any of that to make your window with. So let me grab mine. Hold on a second. Okay, so I've got my piece cut. Now, when you're cutting it, if you want to mark, like I mark mine with an orange marker. I make dots. Can you see those orange dots? I don't know if you can. But I make little dots. I lay it down to the size I want. And then I make little orange dots with a Sharpie of either orange or red, depending on the color that's inside. I make little orange dots so I know where I'm cutting. And I can cut it to the right size. And then I just cut it up with my paper cutter. Instead of using my scissors because I can't cut straight. Hey, I'm being honest with you. Now, I'm going to put it down with my art glitter glue. And I'm going to try by pulling inward to get off as much of the old as possible. So, what I mean by that is I'm going to take the corner of where the old is attached. I'm going to try to get a hold of it. And instead of pulling outward, I'm going to pull inward toward the open window to get off as much of that as I can. That way it's not, sticking to, there we go, sticking to old and possibly come off. Okay. That's about as much as I can get a hold of. Okay. Now I'm going to take this. Let me clean this tip off here. It is building up. There we go. Now if you can't get yours off, you can use washi tape to hold it down. Now I'm putting it as far on the outside as I can. And you could also use double stick tape if you wanted. And you want just a very fine line. And if you happen to notice that your line of glue is a little bit thicker than what you wanted, use your finger to spread it out. Oh, I've lost my pen again. One of these days, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put that little cap on it. Okay. And once you put it down, push with your finger, the glue should go out. But I usually don't even push. I just let it sit. Okay, so there's nothing on there. Now we're going to put our envelope back together. So I'm done with that. All right, so let me... Now. Okay, so first place we're going to start here is we're going to... Oh, see, I knew it would show up. Always does. As soon as I say I've had enough of it, and it's irritating me, it always shows up. Now, the first place we're going to start by putting it back together is I'm going to start across the bottom and down this side, okay? Except you don't want to glue on the inside. You want to glue here, but I always start at the bottom. And I always just put a fine bead of glue, as fine a bead as you can possibly do. And I'm trying to just be as gentle as I can. Okay. Corner to corner. And then lay your piece down. Okay. Now here, you want to put your glue here. Make sure everything is down like it should be. Okay, and then you're going to fold these over like that. Now, as you can tell, I didn't cut mine very straight, so I'll come back in and I'll trim them. Now, I don't put my glue on this because that's taller. I put my glue here. Okay, so I'm going to start here. And I'm going to come down. And I'm going to do the same here. That one needs rounded. Now, what did I do with it? Oh, gracious. Hello. Oh, here you are. This is the side that I trimmed. There we go. Okay. And down. Now, once you get it down, then you can come back under and put some more glue where it needs to go. Okay. So now I can tell how far out I need to glue. Okay, there. And over here. And if you have to, you can put a little clamp or something on it. So now my envelope is put back together. Okay, and it looks like I do need to clean off my window a little bit because I got glue on it, but that's not a big deal. I can do that. All right, I'm going to put you up where you go, back in your home, so I quit losing you. So I'm going to let my glue dry before I do that, okay? Now, after my glue dries, and I can go on and trim this right here. So let's go on and do that. Now, the glue on my paper is dry, so I can go on and fold this for my flip. There we go. Oops, and right down here. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so I've got my page out that this is going to go on. It's going to go on this page. So I want this to go. Oops, I forgot to fold my flap. So the flap is going to fold right back normally where it folded. There are no changes. Okay. Now it's a regular size envelope. I'm back to just a regular size envelope, but it's got a great big window. Okay. So if you have one of those, then you don't have to go through cutting it down. I did not have one of those. That was why I had to cut mine down. So what I need to do is I want mine to go this way. I want my window on this side. Okay, so I'm going to fold mine right above the window so that there's the same amount of right above here as there is down here. Okay. Now, I need to just make sure everything is down here. Make sure everything is down. There we go. Just like that. And that is what we're going to have. Now I want this to go over my fold like that. It's going to go over my fold like that. Okay? Inside there is going to go this picture. Okay, so I'm going to open this back up here now that everything's folded. And I am going to slide this in. And this is off of a very old Christmas card. Okay. Now, I could put it on the other side. I could put it back here and just turn it around. I could turn it this way if I wanted, like that. And do it like that. And then have it fold that way. And then have this over here and have this be a pocket, this part be a pocket that goes in, and when it flips down here, have more pockets underneath. Because this is the center spread of the book. There we go. Do I like it at the bottom or the top? Actually, I think I do like it at the bottom. And then it could be a side tuck. Okay, so I want to glue it. Okay, I want to glue this envelope flap shut. Oh, wait, I need to glue this in. Oops, that was not smart, Lori. I just took this picture and I just cut it off of a Christmas card that was from 1946. All right, let's make sure we're where we want you here. There we go. Let's take that glue off over there. Okay. Now we're going to glue that part shut. Okay. Now I need to clean that glue off of the front of there. Now we're going to put a pocket there. Now over here, we are going to trim that open for a pocket in there. And then we're going to make this a side tuck. So we need to, oops, that did not glue closed all the way. Here we go. Okay, so to make this open a little bit, you're just going to take your scissors and you're just going to trim off just a little tiny bit. Now, if you're not comfortable using your scissors, you can use your paper cutter by all means. Just like that. So now you have just a little tiny opening right there. that. Now, you're going to want to put... Now, I'm going to line on the inside here. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to put... Okay. Now, that's going to be... Get off of there. So we'll make this... Yeah, I think we'll put a pocket down here. All right, so let's put a pocket down here. Let's see what time we have here. I might not want you to see everything. Oh, guess what? Time's up. Oh, darn. You're not going to get to see the finished project today. But we will do something similar in the other book because I don't want you to see the whole finished project in... This is the giveaway book, so I don't want you to see the finished project. I want you to wait because then that will be a fun surprise for you when we do the flip through. So I'll get this finished and it'll be another surprise. And then when we do the flip through, when we reach 1,000 subscribers, you'll get to see it. So until then, don't forget that you can like, you can share. Don't forget to leave me a comment. And I hope you guys are also making a Christmas journal with me because, man, this is a lot of fun. I'm really having a good time. And until I see you again in our next Ladybug Journal video, are you making a flip with me? Ta-ta for now.